morning, guys, from the very sunny and hot Philippines. We are in the province, and what was happening, what we've managed, what we were working on. Well, in the morning we've decided to finish concreting of the floor in the bathroom area, because we can do it right away in the morning and we can wait before, or we can have enough time before it dries, cures, so it will be ready for finishing the walls, let's say tomorrow, and we can focus on other things which are around the house. And there is actually still plenty of things, and I'm gonna explain what each of us task, or what each of us has to do. Well, once we are actually finished there in the bathroom area with the floor, now it's time to get ready this walk inside the bathroom ready, which means flatten the area in some places, some parts still put some soil, put the gravel, put the rebar and concrete it. That's actually gonna be the last concrete part. Together with that, cleaning and kind of flattening the area here in front of the house. And the worst part, which I'm absolutely not excited about, is still cleaning this area, which is actually a right of way, not anymore part of our property, but no one is using it except us. But still we have to, or I have to clean everything. Actually the soil is not really that much problem, like those little stones. I'm already like annoyed over that, like still just transferring the soil. But why it's me doing that? Well, we've tried, or me and Gwen put like people who will do it for us, but it turned out it was not really effective way, because the amount of work I could do for, let's say, half of the day, it took 3 people one whole day to finish what I was able to manage in this half day. So that's why it's me just shoveling the soil and throwing it away, because I really could not stand looking at very slow work and no progress. So I will just rather do it myself, and boys can focus on the construction things, like the real construction things where it's required some level of proficiency and skill. But aside of the soil with the little stones, that's not really that problem. What actually is a problem are, there is a couple of the big stones like this, which I have no idea where we were put that. It's also kind of impossible to break them apart, so we could make a smaller pieces of them, easier to carry and easier to throw away. For example, once we had a jackhammer, these ones, like kind of stone, contains much higher amount of calcium, so it's really not that hard, not that strong. But these kind of stones, containing like less kind of calcium and much higher amount of magnesium and iron elements, very hard to break down, even with the jackhammer. If we would actually have a jackhammer together with a drill, like we could drill a hole through and smack a huge pivot and split them apart, but right now we don't have a jackhammer and don't have that drill, so I will just have to kind of roll them away. And because of that, work at the back is drying and curing. We've moved ourselves here to the front, which means finishing the walls of the upfront floor and finishing the walls here on the house. So soon or slowly we are getting to some point when the house is already looking like quite nice. And what actually Gwen assigned herself with is painting still those metal frames, like first scraping down the visible rust which appears, unfortunately, clean it with the thinner and put the primer and rust protection paint. So the unfinished work looks like this, finished work looks like this. Here is actually that part when Gwen cannot reach because she is too short, so it's gonna be me who will finish the side of the roof, and we will move on somewhere again. That's from the updates what's happening and what are the plans, and we will see where we will get on up until the end of this week. Today is Friday, so we have today and tomorrow half day still some work. Let's gonna be positive we can finish as much as possible through that time. And one more thing about the kitchen area around, what manager was suggesting that we will paint the doors and the frame with a color, but Gwen changed her mind and she decided she is gonna buy a vinyl wrapping, and we are gonna wrap the cabinet and also the frame with some kind of vinyl wrap. I have no idea what Gwen or what color Gwen picked or what ornaments, anything. It's gonna be not only surprise for you guys but also surprise for me and for us here. So we actually gonna have to wait for the result and revealing the surprise and the final look of the cabinets. But right now it makes a pretty good work because we can hide, for example, the tools and materials we need inside, so it's like not really visible on the side everything. And also very big advantage, behind that door we have a rubbish bin with a plastic bag which we can close over the night, and dogs cannot reach it, because once the rubbish bags were, for example, right like here, dogs came overnight, they can smell there are some leftovers from the food and or any kind of foods, and they are trying to find it, which means they will tear up all the bags, spread all the rubbish around the front yard, and next morning we are picking the rubbish again and again. So that's also important thing. Once I'm done with cleaning up the surroundings, we can actually think about some fencing, which is very needed. And also I was not here actually yesterday afternoon here in the house, it was just Gwen, but the electrician was here and they were managing the work about our electricity and also about our Wi-Fi connection, which means there is a column for Wi-Fi cables. somehow from that column the cable will lead here, and then from this column to our house, because Gwen was already discussing with the electrician the CCTV system for our house. So Gwen already made the order for CCTV cameras and managing all the connections. So the CCTV needs to be connected to the electricity and also to the Wi-Fi, so we can be checking through our phone when we are not around what's happening or what happened. If there is a case something would happen when we are not around, so we can find out what's the real story. Right now it's like almost midday, 12. The sky is becoming bluer and bluer, clouds are disappearing, which means it's hotter and hotter, and I absolutely don't want to got myself into the soil work right under the sun during the middle of the day, so I'm gonna do it later, late afternoon, early evening, when the sun is away and the temperature is better. Because really, when I was shoveling during the day and it's really hot, you will spend 1 hour under the sun, even though I'm wearing a hat, long sleeves, drinking enough, but after an hour I feel like dizzy and about to collapse. For the sake of avoiding heat stroke, I'm gonna my digging shift will start just later. It is actually very nice contrast. It's a Friday afternoon, early evening, and people are riding bicycles, kids are going to play basketball, people go jogging and I'm digging here. But with this we are, or I am actually done. There is a slight slope, so the water from the roof can actually flow down there. As again, temporary solution, but once everything is removed, I can lay a pipe here, put an elbow, and going straight along our land boundary down to the canal. But for now it will work, and the water will not be just flowing here around the house, making everything wet, and actually as well not making this soil all wet, because once the soil is wet it's absolutely nightmare to removing it. So the water will go nicely here along the barrels, down here to that little drain as well we were digging with Gwen, and to the canal. And once this everything is cleaned up, removed, we can make it like a properly clean job. But oh my god, when I can still see that, I want to cry. How much, like not really that much, it was much worse, but I'm already tired of that. I would totally appreciate one more European here with me, the one I was always shoveling coal. So if he can see this video, he knows. Tickets to the Philippines are cheap nowadays. But every day, 1 to 2 hours in the afternoon when it's not super hot, I guess I can make it done quickly. But in the end of the day, all those things we've managed were actually amazing. But the most amazing thing what happened today is that we finally have installed our electricity, but it's not really 100% finished. The electrician still has to come back and finish connecting the old fuse box. Now I have to just tell Gwen that do not ever touch this, because right now there is already high voltage and the cover is still not placed. So we really just have to be careful. But yeah, electricity, finally our own legal electricity. But generally today everything went pretty amazing. The column is covered, the whole side here in the front finished, nice, clean, smooth, sharp edges. Just this corner is missing, but little detail. So tomorrow just this last portion, and let's get soon to the close finish. Right now I believe it's a perfect time to join Gwen down there in the village and exchange shovel for the bottle of beer. Gwen went for the manicure and asking me if I want to join her. No, I did not want it. So I went here, finished the job, or made some progress, and now I'm gonna join the others and enjoy just the Friday afternoon, because later it's just the last shift of this week. And finally a weekend again. And actually tomorrow Gwen ordered a pork from her sister-in-law, so we are gonna make some barbecue, or we will cook something here. Gwen's siblings are coming as well, so It's gonna be like a family bonding after a long time.